We'll start with the inner realm. As this is where you're from, you will be the most familiar with this one. At the center of the inner realm is Earth. Yeah, I know, the Earth revolves around the sun, but the universe revolves around the Earth. Interdimensional affairs are largely kept out of the view of humanity. These affairs largely fall under the jurisdiction of a group known as the Seekers. The Seekers are largely native to the inner realm, which we'll from now on call the Inn, which is how it's normally called. They are humans who have been able to tap into the trails of power that cross the universe. Indeed, the Inn is sort of a center place for all of this. Concepts born of other dimensions find their way to the Inn one way or another. What I mean by that is, at the center of all realities, the Inn is sort of like the melting pot of everything else. Traveling outward from the Inn, you will immediately be hit by either the up or the down. Now, before I continue, I want to clear up a common misconception many people have. No dimension is good, no dimension is bad, they just are. And they're all necessary to make the Inn the way it is. The up's most defining feature is its surplus. Life and energy overflow there. On the one hand, you may age 1,000 years in a minute there. On the other hand, undeath is very common there, actually. With so much abundant life, sometimes you just stop being dead. The overflow of life, energy, and power has caused people there to act without consequence. It's a very dangerous realm to visit. Those unfamiliar with the way that the power flows there are likely to be preyed upon by those more experienced with it. In stark contrast to this, you have the down, the lower realm. It is a largely uninhabitable wasteland, at least on the surface. The people who make it their home find little pockets of habitable land and expand there. Very strange creatures make their homes in this land. The ones smart enough to actually talk are largely friendly and will probably help you out if you give them something in return, be it food, information, or just a good story or song. Some examples of the beings here would be goblins, trolls, or dragons. Living in tall citadels and castles are angels and demons. They rarely leave to interact with the rest of this realm, but when they do, the results are often catastrophic. Death comes quickly in the lower realm. A cut on the finger can quickly become fatal, and even the mighty dragons are often no match for these creatures. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot to talk about in the lower realm, so we'll move on. The outer realm is where I was born. You can more or less think of it as a bubble surrounding the up and the down. Now, this video really isn't about me, but I'll simply say that I was born of the union of a being from the out and a being from the in. Dad's a human seeker, mom has tentacles, you know how it is. The outer realm has in abundance power and inconsistency. The latter makes it a little bit hard to define it, but I'll do my best. It is more or less a void of inconsistencies. Things shift around, gravity changes on a whim. Everyone who lives there is a shapeshifter. Between the realms, you have a place called the Crossroads. It is as much its own realm as a border between two countries is its own nation. That is to say, it's not, but if you need to get from one to the other, you'll have to cross through the middle. What's in the Crossroads? It's some weird stuff. Most of the things that would call the Crossroads home are people like me. Dad comes from one reality, mom comes from the other, and so you kind of meet in the middle and you live in the Crossroads. Knowing where the crossroads intersect with each reality is essential for interdimensional travel. There once were other dimensions, but they've since been destroyed. A terrible being known as the Crusher of Reality has traveled through the multiverse, destroying everything that he's come across. And I may have inadvertently, personally expedited this process.